Mr. Warner, no.
This vote, the yeas are 52, the nays are 45, and the nomination is confirmed.
On this vote, the yeas 52, the nays 45, the nomination is confirmed. Okay. Under the previous order, the motion to reconsider is considered made and laid upon the table, and the President will be immediately notified of the Senate's actions.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to legislative session being a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I have 7 requests for committees to meet during today's session of the Senate. They have the approval of the majority and minority leaders.
Let's be in order.
Duly noted.
Duly noted.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that notwithstanding Rule 22 at a time to be determined by the majority leader following consultation with the Democratic leader no later than Friday, October the 31st, it be in order to discharge the Committee on Finance of S.J. Res. 88 and the Senate proceed to its consideration. Further, that there be up to 6 hours for debate only on the joint resolution with the time equally divided between the leaders of the designees, and that following the use or yielding back of that time, the joint resolution be considered read a third time and the Senate vote on the resolution.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I understand that there are 3 bills at the desk and ask for their reading in block.
The clerk will read the titles of the bills for the first time.
S-3030, a bill making continuing appropriations for military pay in the event of a government shutdown and for other purposes. S-3031, a bill making continuing appropriations for essential Federal Aviation Administration and Transportation Security Administration pay and operations in the event of a federal government shutdown and for other purposes. S-3032, a bill to extend the authority for protection of certain facilities and assets from unmanned aircraft.
Mr. President, I now ask for a second reading, and I object to my own request, all in block.
Objection is heard. The bills will be read for the second time on the next legislative day.
7:03.
Mr. President, I move to adjourn until 7:03 p.m. today.
The questions on the motion.
All in favor say aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed no.
No. All opposed, no.
The ayes appear to have it.
The ayes clear to have it.
The ayes do have it.
The ayes do have
The
it.
motion's agreed to.
The motion's agreed to.
The Senate stands adjourned until 7:03.
The Senate stands adjourned until 7:03. The Senate will come to order. The clerk will read a communication to the Senate.
Washington, D.C., October 22, 2025. To the Senate, under the provisions of Rule 1, Paragraph 3 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, I hereby appoint the Honorable James C. Justice, a senator from the state of West Virginia, to perform the duties of the chair. Signed, Chuck Grassley, President pro tempore.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the morning hour be deemed expired, the journal proceedings be approved today, at the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use later in the day, and that the Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I understand that there are 3 bills at the desk due for a second reading en bloc.
The leader is correct. The clerk will read the titles of the bills for the second time.
S3030, a bill making continuing appropriations for military pay in the event of a government shutdown and for other purposes. S3031, a bill making continuing appropriations for essential federal aviation administration and so forth and for other purposes. S3032, a bill to extend the authority for the protection of certain facilities and assets from unmanned aircraft.
Mr. President, in order to place the bills on the calendar under the provisions of Rule 14, I would object to further proceeding en bloc.
The leader is correct. I'm sorry. Objection is heard, so the bills will be placed on the calendar under Rule 14.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it stand adjourned until 10 a.m. on Thursday, October the 23rd, that following the prayer and pledge, the journal proceedings be approved today at the morning hour be deemed expired, the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use later in the day, and the Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each, and notwithstanding Rule 22, the cloture motion with respect to the motion to proceed to calendar number 191, S3012, ripen at 12:15 p.m. Further, following disposition of that vote, the Senate execute the order of October the 22nd in relation to the Meredith nomination. Find that cloture motion with respect to the Tableson nomination ripen following disposition of the Meredith nomination.
Without objection.
Mr. President, there's no further business to come before the Senate. I ask that it stand adjourned under the previous order.
10 a.m. tomorrow.
The Senate stands adjourned until 10 a.m. tomorrow.